Well, hello again. My name is Jay with ServerMatter, and the purpose of this video is to show you how to go about collecting the IP addresses on your network so that you can send them to us and we can get a better idea of what you've got going on your network. Some of the reasons for this would be some of your devices will require static IPs or might require static IPs. Common situations are printers that are being used throughout your company, or scanners, or plotters, or whatever they may be that people have previously known where to find those devices. There's also the idea of how many users do you have? Do you have devices like alarm systems and voice over internet IPs, or time clocks, or other things that might require a static IP? It just gives us a chance to peruse your network in the same way that we would do if we were at your site, but you avoid the labor of having a person at your site having to do this. When we install your new server, it's going to recreate a network anew, and none of those existing cached settings will exist as they currently do in your router. So we need to take a look at that list. So here are the steps. We're going to send you an email with a link to download a piece of software. This is what that's going to look like when you click on it. Let's get me out of the picture. All right. So you're going to come to a screen like this. You'll see download. Go ahead and take advantage of that. In the top right corner, you'll see it downloading. I'm using Firefox. It'll be a little different in Safari or Chrome or whatever. It is completed. And I will extract that. It's a compressed zip file. We open that up. That'll give us a file that looks like this. At that point, just double click on it. You see Advanced IP Scanner. We will install the program. We could just run it in place, but there's a reasonable chance we're going to need this software again as we move along in the process. We'll say yes. And then finish. And we're going to leave checked the box that says run it when we're done. Now, it opens up to this blank white screen. In the top left corner, it will have tried to sense what the IP address range is on your network. And in this case, it's .1.1 is where it begins. Now, there's a way to confirm that information because sometimes you may have multiple networks in your environment. It's rare, I will start with that, but it's a possibility. So if I click on the Start button and I type in CMD for command, that'll open up a command prompt. And then I'm going to type in ipconfig. And the only reason I'm doing that is just to show you how to verify you are in fact on the 1.1 network. And what we're looking for is our Ethernet adapter, and we can see right here that it is on a 1.1 network. So that's okay in this case. You just want to verify that. You don't have to take that step, but if devices don't come up when you hit the scan button, that'll be worth looking at. So we're going to click scan and just leave it as it's set out of the box. And at this point, it's going over the network, and you can see it's starting to come up with devices. Now on this particular network, I know there's probably around 20 devices. Your device could have 100 or 200 or 2 or 3 or 4, whatever that number is. But you see the green bar across the bottom. That will just continue on until it's at 100%. We're at 97, 98% right now. Sometimes that last little bit takes some extra time. Okay, the green bar is gone. That's your indicator that everything is good. You see it in the lower left corner, it says 19 alive, 13 dead, 222 unknown. You can have devices connect to your network and disconnect from your network over time, and it's going to keep that in cache somewhere. But we're only interested in this group right here that it provides by default. And if we choose View, you can see we don't have the Show Dead selected by default. It's not. We only show the ones that are online right now. So what I need you to do now is click the File menu and choose Save As. We're going to save that information to a file. It defaults to the name, or actually, you may need to type in the name IP Scanner. Put it anywhere on your computer, your desktops, your downloads, wherever. Click Save. We've done this before. That's why it's asking if we want to overwrite it. Okay, that's done. All of that information has been saved. That's what we need you to email us. Right there you see IP Scanner. That's an HTML file. It will open up in any browser. So if I open that up, I can see a nice long list of the devices that are on our network, or on this particular network. It's actually not our network. Okay, along with that same email that contained a link to the IP scanning software, we've sent you a link to this folder where you can put it when you're done. It's a secure folder on our server. All you've got to do is drag the HTML file that you've just recently created onto that and release. And we'll have it just like that. And by the way, this feature you just saw is included with your server. And that's it. That's all there is to the process of getting the IP addresses of your network and getting them in our hands so we can get you one step closer to having the ServerMatter server installed in your business. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.